Hi there, and a very warm welcome to you here at AfriRise. And today we have another very interesting video for you on our farm. As you can see, our main rooster is trying and establish dominance on our newly acquired cockerel, and they got into a fight that made us almost lose both of our cockerels. And in this video, I'm going to show you one of the most effective ways of controlling the movement of such poultry on your farm so that they do not jump over your fence and escape. My friend is a naked neck rooster, and we just newly acquired him, but we've encountered a challenge in that our main rooster is fighting him, and very fiercely so. And in the process of the fighting, to establish the pecking order, our rooster here was badly hurt, and we were thinking, what is the best solution? If we isolate either of them, we are going to make them we are going to make the other one the dominant one. And remember, we have many hens that need a number of roosters. We are going to weaken one if we isolate. And by time we thought that they are going to adjust to each other, but it just got worse by the day. And we just tried to brainstorm and look at the solution that we can have so that we stop the fighting. And one of the things that came to my mind was that we can clip the feathers of the birds, both of them. The main thing is when the roosters fight, they try and escape and jump over the wall, and this is what we are trying to avoid when we are clipping the feathers of this bird. And it's a very simple process to clip the feathers that I'm going to show you. You can see these feathers are not full. It's quite a simple process that you can do, but you have to be very careful so that you do not injure the bird. You have to cut at the right length so that you do not injure the bird. Even on this side, it's clipped, but you don't have to clip the bird. And why you do this is you weaken the flyability, if there's such a word, of the bird. It can't fly over the wall. It cannot get into your home garden. It cannot, when they fight, it cannot escape your home, because it's a common issue with people who are keeping turkey and chicken, especially turkeys. When they get to a certain age, they love to roost very high. They can even go to the top of your house or at the top of every structure they see on your compound. So it's quite important that you clip their feathers so that you do not have a loss in your farm. There are other advantages of clipping the feathers, but before I tell you the other advantages, I'll show you how the process is done with our other two roosters who are also at risk of escaping from our compound. And here we have our second rooster. This friend of mine, he's 4 months old. He's not yet up there in the cockerels that we have on the farm that are ready to mate. So of late we've been observing that he's been crowing, and this has been frustrating or making the main rooster angry. And because of this, the main rooster has been fighting him as well and running, following him all around the farm. And we've observed that if we do not take care of his feathers, he could one day jump over the fence and maybe get away. And with him, I'm going to show you how to clip the feathers. It's quite a simple process. You just hold him by the feet, and you first look at the size of the feathers. Usually, for flyability in the area of chicken, they use the front and middle section feathers. So these are the ones you have to clip off. These at the back are not a big deal. So you just choose a safe length that you can cut and cut straight along. It's quite a simple process, just like that. If you observe that he's making noise, you will be getting some pain, but we are very far away from the flesh. You cut up to there. Ooh. Yeah, I was just about to injure him. I was so close. You can, the very first feathers, you can just cut a very small section so that you do not injure him. Like that. Very simple, straightforward, doable. Now he cannot jump as high as he used to. Another disadvantage of this practice is that now in their coop, he'll not be able to roost or perch very high in the perching sticks. But it's not a big deal. He's going to be fine. You start with this side so that we do not get so close to the flesh. Here our young rooster is now clipped. Now he should be a little bit more docile, but it doesn't write off the fact that he's a rooster and he'll grow to be a good and a big cockerel. Another thing is that you're not supposed to clip the feathers of very young chicken if they are not yet at the stage that they are able to regulate their body temperatures, because the feathers are uh, especially very important at night for retaining heat and even covering themselves whenever they want to maybe feel a little bit warmer on the other parts of the body. And the other thing is, you do not clip at all seasons. You should clip especially during the more dry seasons or in the summer when there is not a lot of cold that maybe can harm your chicken. Yeah, that's basically it. Now on to our last clipping of the day on our main roaster. This our main rooster is quite heavy, has been on the farm since day one, and we are about to clip the feathers. Not necessarily to make him docile, maybe not go away, but try make him a little docile. Try make him feel a little bit weaker than he was before, so that he may not fight the other cockerels as much as he did earlier. And we're not going to do it as low as we did on the others, so that we do not maybe write off totally his dominance. Just a little bit to make sure that he realizes something has been done on him, and we see how it goes. And this is another technique. You can just hold on the feathers at the base so that you do not injure him. Make sure you're not holding onto a joint. There's a huge space here so that you don't make him feel uncomfortable. And you can just hold him, start with any feathers, just the tips like that. And make sure if you broken a feather, make sure you clip it off. Once it's broken, make sure you clipped it off. Maybe up to there. These ones are not very necessary in flying. On the other side, I think I'll just have to uh, oof. And after some time, the disadvantage with this practice is that the feathers will grow back. He'll regain his flight capabilities, and he could fly as high as he wants. Just like that. And in the fight, he was also injured, bit on the comb and wattle, but he's good to go. Yeah. And the main advantages of clipping is that even if you have a garden on your farm, a small garden, you don't have to build a very tall wall, because once you clip them, he can barely jump up 2 feet. You just do 1 feet, 1 foot, or even less than that. And the other advantage is when you're when in their roosts, when you're avoiding the roosters to maybe perch very high, it's quite advantageous. But again, you have to, if you have their coop is on the, not on the ground floor. Sorry, I have something in my eye. If it's not on the ground floor, you have to build a ladder for them, and the steps have to be very close so that he doesn't have to try and force jump up and maybe drop down again. So those are the few things about clipping, its advantages and disadvantages. And hopefully you've learned something from our video. Kindly, for you to help us do more of such videos, kindly help us by subscribing. And thank you so much for giving us 1,000 subscribers. We really appreciate your subscriptions, your views, your comments, your likes, everything that you've done. Thank you so much. And I hope this video helps you. And if you have any feedback, any questions, kindly drop them down below in the comments. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Go away, go away, go away, go away.